Okay, so I was going to record this video and release this video for Monday, and then I was basically told by my team I am behind on my, well, I guess their schedule for me. I have, excuse me, my face itches when I'm on camera. It's just my nose. So I have a lot of commitments beginning on the 24th, and I had Sunday and Monday blocked off to record, and I have a long list of questions, to answer. So I'm going to start with these two questions that came from people who directly asked me, and that's what this video is going to be. So the first question, which I actually have a short video that I already covered this, what is a spirit guide's name? If you were looking for your spirit guide or your angel's name, okay, so I actually saw something by Lorna Byrne last night reiterating this. So I'm not pulling this out of thin air, although the way I explain it is not going to be exactly the way that Lorna Byrne explains it. But basically, over there on the other side, names are based on the soul. So, for example, if your guide, like whatever your guide's soul is, that has a name and it's more like a tone. Okay, so this is like more technical than I need to be, but it's not made up. There are many mediums who would be able to tell you this. And so over there, like, names are like tones. They're like, some mediums call it a feeling tone because it's kind of like emotions and tones at the same time. So they don't have like a name like Bill or Steve. Like my guide goes by, well, one of my guides goes by Steve. And he's like, I talk about him the most because I guess like in some ways he's the loudest on my team or whatever. So I talk about Steve a lot. But like his soul has a name. Like on the soul level before he was Steve, he had a soul name. And I wouldn't even be able to tell you that I know his soul name. I just know he knew that I liked the name Steve. So I said, your name can be Steve. And he was like, cool. And sorry, face itching. And so anyway, I just call him Steve because whatever his soul name is, I can't make that sound with my own mouth in this reality. So he was like, you like the name Steve, I'll go by Steve. So basically the way that Lorna Byrne explains it is that whatever is the first thing, I will explain it the way Lorna Byrne explains it because I literally heard her explanation again last night, and that couldn't have been a coincidence. So the way that she explains it is just that the first thing that comes to your mind about your spirit guide, like when you're like, what is my spirit guide's name? Or what is my guardian angel's name? Because some people want to think of everything as a spirit guide, and some people really they're like, I deal with angels, and that's what I want, my guardian angel. So when you go like, what's your name? Whatever is the first thing that pops into your head, is fine. It's exactly what your first instinct is always your direct connection to your higher self. So when you ask like a question of the other side, literally the first thing that comes to mind is the answer. After that, when you're like, oh, I don't know if that was real, I don't know if that was true, maybe it's this instead, that's all your own brain, like the physical mind trying to take over and make it make sense. So that's why you trust the first thing that comes to mind. So, ultimately, then you don't need to like ask a medium, what is my spirit guide's name? Because you can ask for yourself, and the first thing that comes to mind is the answer. And yes, I'm sorry about shaky cam, and I'm holding my phone, and it is a weird angle this time. Like, it's literally just because I'm holding my phone. But in any case, my job, well, like, technically I don't give private readings right now, and maybe not ever. But like, this is still my daily work. And my job is basically, I prefer to teach to other people how they can do these things themselves, so that they are not specifically like, oh, I need a medium, like I need, and guess what? I am a medium, and I see mediums. So mediums are never going to be like out of business. There's never going to be like, oh, we're like cheating the medium, like nobody needs mediums anymore. We'll always need mediums. That's not what this is about. What I'm talking about is that you don't want to be like dependent on a medium for like things that you are perfectly capable of asking the universe, and the universe always answers, okay? So when you're editing it and second guessing it and everything, that part is the physical mind going, it couldn't be that simple. But guess what? The simplest answer is the answer. So yeah, I hope that helps. This is a longer explanation than I even thought it would be, so I do hope it helps in some way. I probably will not be recording any other videos today, because I am literally recording while I have a migraine. But when the guides say you're behind on recording, you go ahead and record. So I hope this helps. This is actually like a longer explanation than I've given on YouTube before, and I hope that it makes sense. Okay, so I hope that helps you. And if this content helps you, it always helps me if you like the video, subscribe, or comment, or whatever you'd like to do to interact.